Hello and welcome to your new moon in Scorpio pick-a-pile reading. So tomorrow, October 25th, is the new moon in Scorpio, and it's also a partial solar eclipse. It is the start of eclipse season, and there will also be a full moon lunar eclipse on November 8th that'll be in Taurus. So I will have you go ahead and take a look and see what you'd like for your pile. So we have pile 1, we have citrine, pile 2, obsidian, and pile 3, fluorite. I'll give you a moment to go ahead and pause the video and decide which pile you'd like. Alright, just gonna move these cards out of the way here. Alright, pile 1, if you chose the citrine, this'll be your reading for eclipse season. We'll get some shuffles here and see what's going on for pile 1. Alright, pile 1. One jumped out at the deck, so we'll read that one first. And this is the Light Seers deck, by the way. So we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So I think that right off the bat, the general energy in this reading is you are trying to obtain financial independence, and it's a really big challenge right now. I think that's how most people feel in general, but I think that's the theme with what's going on in your life. And citrine is also a crystal of manifestation, so that makes sense with it being finance focused. And what crosses you? So we have temperance. So I think that maybe something is possibly out of balance. Maybe your work-life balance is not where you'd like it to be. Overworked and underpaid is a common saying that I feel that I heard coming from you. And what are your goals of fears? So 3 of Wands, you're waiting on your ships to come in. You're waiting for something. Maybe you're waiting to find out about a raise that you asked for, or you have a review coming up. And that's your goal. I think most people's goal is to get a raise, but I think that's particularly what's going on with you, pile 1. And in your distant past, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So maybe you went against the grain in some way. Either that, or maybe you are afraid of committing to something. Maybe you have a new job offer and you're trying to decide if it's worth taking it or not. You're not ready to commit because you're not sure if they're going to offer you what you're worth, or maybe there's a new position at your current job. And in your recent past, we've got the 4 of Wands, so that's the victory card. So maybe that is, maybe you got that job interview that you wanted, and you're just, afraid of committing to it. You're not sure if it's the right choice you want to make. And in your near future, we've got the 7 of Cups, which totally makes sense. That talks about having a lot on your plate and scattered energy and having multiple options to pick from. Maybe you got a few job offers and you're having a hard time deciding which one to pick, or if you want to stay or go at your current job. Four of Swords in the reverse, that's how you feel about yourself. The waiting period is over and it's time to come out of hibernation and time to shine. And how do other people see you? We've got the Queen of Swords. Highly intellectual. You're trying to make a decision where you're using your mental power and your intellectual power. Instead of picking with your heart, it's one of those decisions where now it's time to choose with your mind. Maybe your heart doesn't want to let go of something. There's something that your heart doesn't want to let go of, and you're trying to make a head-over-heart decision. And what action is gonna come about here? So we've got the Five of Swords, that's conflict. I think you're very conflicted with yourself right now. And the gentleman in the picture, he's holding his head like too many options and too much on his plate. Like, I feel like you've been thinking, oh, I have a headache from just too much stuff right now. Like, maybe you've even been literally getting a lot of headaches lately. And can I get an outcome for pile 1? So we've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think that the path that you want to go, it might not be exactly what you want, but it's still better than where you currently are. Whatever it is, a new job, a new position, I mean, I would think carefully before you take it. If it's not your dream job, if it's at least better and a step above of where you were, you know, I would think about that and definitely take it. You know, it probably is worth it even if it's not your dream job, if it's still a step up from where you are, and it's going to be better for you financially. I would do it. I would do it, pile 1. I'm just going to get one more card here, maybe 2, to clarify if there's some more information we need on pile 1. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. That is the card of generosity. So maybe this job that you're not sure about taking, the boss or, you know, owner, whoever is in charge of this, or maybe you will get that raise at your current job, it's almost like a game of chess. It's like, oh shoot, well if I stay, but I can talk them into giving me more, you know, maybe I'll stay. I would just, you know, carefully play your cards right, no pun intended, but I think ultimately the decision in the end, someone is going to be very generous with you, whether it's your current boss or the new place that you're going. So that's what I'm seeing for pile 1. I think jobs and money and your finances is the main focus here. Always trust your gut, trust yourself, do what feels right, always trust your intuition and have faith. And I dropped a card. Well, I can't really bend over to squeeze in there to pick it up, but I think it was the Nine of Pentacles, so that might be a sign to you, you know, that wherever you're going, you're going to be financially independent soon, even if you're not there right now. Alright, pile 1, I hope that answered some questions for you. We will go ahead and move on to pile 2. Alright, pile 2, if you chose the Obsidian Tower, this will be your reading. And this is with the Crow Tarot. So we'll get a few shuffles here and see what's going on for pile 2. And without looking at the cards, I got a message for you that said something about the truth came out, and you may have been seeing or hearing a lot of crows lately. This may or may not fit you, but just an extra, just in case. I heard something along the lines of you just found out the truth about a major situation. I mean, we're always finding out the truth every single day about something or another, but something that particularly stands out for you. Ooh, we got a couple of cards that wanted to jump right out of the deck. That's about half your reading right there. I think I'll keep the ones that didn't flip up here. And I just heard Aries and Taurus in my head. You could have Aries or Taurus in your chart somewhere, or the person on your mind, or maybe even a boss that you're thinking about if this is job related. I think that there's a Aries and or Taurus energy in this reading here. Maybe you're having a tough time making a decision between an Aries and a Taurus. Or possibly trying to decide between material things and practical matters versus creative matters. Alright, pile 2, so the first card that flipped out of the deck, overall energy, the Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's fantastic, because aces always represent potential and new beginnings. And since it's in Pentacles, this could have to do with job, career, abundance, even health, growth, new growth. So what's crossing you is the Emperor. Maybe you're having a hard time dealing with an Aries or a Taurus, possibly, and having a tough time making a decision. You're afraid of making the wrong choice, because we've got the Two of Wands in reverse here in your goals and fears area. So I think maybe there's a decision that needs to be made and you're having a really hard time with it. And in your distant past, we've got the Three of Cups in the reverse. Some of you may have been overindulging, whether it has to do with drinking, partying, some form of gluttony, maybe even overeating, shopping too much, something along those lines. It is in your distant past, so it's something that maybe you were overcoming, trying to get a handle on things that way. And in your recent past, we have the Chariot. So you've definitely moved forward in your recent past. You felt like you were stuck recently, and you came out of it and you've been moving forward. I mean, maybe if you had issues with addiction, possibly you may be recovering from that and really feeling a victory, like a major victory from it. If it's not substances, it could be like a cycle that you were trying to break. That's highly possible. I just heard you cut the cord with something that was going on in your life and you feel really free right now. You're feeling a sense of major freedom because you cut something off that was holding you down. So then in your near future, we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. So there may be delayed communication on something that you were waiting on hearing back from. Or maybe you've got an Aries or a Taurus that's not communicating the way that you want them to. So then, how you see yourself is the World in the reverse. You know, you feel really stuck right now, but you're not. You have so much freedom right under your nose and you don't even realize it. You're having a hard time closing out a cycle because you think that you're stuck, but the cage door's open. It's like you're sitting in a cage and you don't realize that the cage door is open, like you're hesitant to come out of that cage that you felt like you've been locked in. I don't know what it's talking about here, but maybe it makes sense for you and hopefully it, resonates with you. And what action is going to happen in the near future? We've got the the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So you've been struggling to become emotionally independent. Maybe you were codependent in some way where you're trying to be the fix-it or, save somebody that's struggling, and you forgot to focus your energy on yourself. Well, you didn't really forget, but you were busy trying to help heal somebody else, and you forgot about your own needs for a little bit. And that's what you've moved on from, and you're free now, but you're having a hard time absorbing it. And we've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. That's kind of the card of burnout, so I think you've been really burnt out from this situation, and you're recovering from it. Like, you may be free, but you were so drained from whatever was going on that you just need time to rest and relax and rejuvenate. And can I get an outcome for pile 2? We've got the Moon in the reverse. I feel like there's some hidden truths that you don't know about yet, and you feel it, like you feel like something's being hidden from you and like you don't have your closure. Honestly, fuck closure. You do not need closure. Closure is basically feeling like you need permission to move on. No, you don't. If you know something was toxic for you and unhealthy, what difference is it gonna make if you found out the truth or not? You already know enough of what you need to know that you know it's time to move on, and you know your worth, and you're better than that. If there's hidden truths that are meant to be known, don't wait for them to come out to move on, just move on. Or try to. I mean, I can't say just move on, but if you feel like you're ready to move on and you feel that sense of freedom, keep feeling that freedom and, taking care of yourself. And if there's a truth that's meant to be known, it'll come out later when you least expect it, by the time you don't even give a shit anymore. So take care of yourself, and whatever hidden truth is meant to be known, it's meant to be known. You don't need to know what it is to move on if you already know it's time. And can I get another card for pile 2? So we've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yup, you felt like you were left out in the cold by this situation, and you're recovering for it. I think the major theme that's going on with you, you got that Ace of Pentacles for overall energy, and that talks about healing and abundance, and, you have everything that you need. You are abundant. So you're doing a great job healing from this. You have your moments. Just keep going and doing what you're doing. You're doing great. The cage door's open, and, don't let anybody tell you you need to rush your healing. But you don't need any closure. You'll get closure when it's supposed to happen, but don't feel like you need it in order to move on. Alright, pile 2, I hope that made sense for you, and I hope everything works out in your situation. So we'll go ahead and move on to pile 3. Just gonna wave my selenite around a little bit. Pile 2's reading was a little bit on the heavy side. Well, that's what happens when there's major healing that's going on. It takes a lot to get rid of that weight. Alright, pile 3, so if you chose the Fluorite Tower here, this will be your reading, and this is the Animism deck. It's really cool. It's animal themed, and it's super cute. We'll get a few shuffles and see what's going on for pile 3. Alright, so overall energy for pile 3 here, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. And what crosses you is Strength in the reverse. So there was some kind of recognition that you were supposed to get. You thought you were going to be recognized for something, and then you weren't. And something is reminding you that you are stronger than you think. Not sure what this is about exactly. Maybe it makes sense for you. And in your goals and fears, we've got the Page of Wands. And it's really cute because it's I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a chinchilla. I have a pet chinchilla, so it's extra cute for me. So the Page of Wands is all about remembering to play and remembering to stay in touch with your inner child and your creativity, and it's giving you the green light to go ahead and attack that creative project, get back into painting, get back into writing, do things that make you feel like a kid again. It's funny because that actually came out for me in a recent reading that was done on me. So that's kind of funny that that popped up. So we're all trying to learn how to keep doing things that make us feel like a kid again. It's not easy. When you're in the rat race, you know, adulting, all of those things, no matter how much you love your job, you know, it's like we still need time to, you know, make time for our hobbies and do silly fun things and feel like a kid. I don't know if that's resonating for you. Maybe you felt burnt out lately and you haven't been as creative as usual. So maybe that's been your goal lately, to get back into some creative projects. And in your distant past here, we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Maybe somebody said some words to you in the distant past that really cut deep and hurt, and somebody was really immature in their communication, or maybe even not communicating how they, you know, how you felt like they should be. Somebody also could have been gossiping or talking shit. This is in your distant past, though, so it's probably something that you've moved on from. And in your recent past, we've got the Eight of Cups. So you walked away from something in the recent past. Maybe it may have been that person that was talking shit. Could have been a relationship that ended, or possibly a friendship or friendships. I just get this feeling somebody was saying real hurtful shit about you that you did not deserve, and you decided to walk away from it. Good for you. You know, if somebody was saying hurtful things, you know, you don't deserve that. And in your very near future, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Like, maybe you tried to communicate with this person and they were dilly-dallying around and hemming and hawing and, you know, not really responding to you, like, on purpose. So you just kind of gave up on it and let it be, pretty much. Or if that's your near future, maybe that's what'll happen and you know it, so you're like, why even bother? And how do you view yourself in this situation? The Chariot in reverse, you feel stuck and you're having a really hard time moving on from it. Well, if it was somebody that you thought was a friend, or someone in a relationship that you cared about, that you thought was, you know, a loyal person, and they're not, well, of course it's going to be hard to move on from because you're hurt. And how do people view you? Or what are the people around you? How are they making you feel? We've got the Eight of Swords, so you feel really trapped by that person or the people around you. Like, you just feel really stuck. The Chariot reversed with the Eight of Swords. And what action is either this person gonna take or you gonna take? We've got the Judgment card. Got a little judgy looking cat sitting there looking at you. So judgment, so a decision is going to be made, and I think it's you. You're going to make a major decision, and what's the outcome? The Four of Cups, so that's either the card of boredom. You know what? I think that you're going to walk away from this person and they see you or are going to see you as a missed opportunity. Well, if they treated you like crap and they didn't make the effort to try to fix it, it's their loss and it's their own fault. I don't know if this is a friendship or a lover, but if you tried to talk to them about it and they didn't care or they didn't make the effort to try to meet you halfway and try to fix it, what else can you do? They can't be mad at you for walking away if you already tried and they weren't making any effort, or if they were purposely playing games. You've got stuff to do, your feelings matter too, and if you tried your best and it still didn't go anywhere, you know, you gotta take care of you and take care of yourself. And can I get one more card for pile 3 here? So we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is a cycle that's coming to a close. You're gonna decide to end this. And I think that you're going to get over it faster than you think. You're really, really hurt right now. And a few things might unfold about this person. And you're just gonna be like, I'm done. Like, instant deal breakers, stuff that you might even feel disgusted by it. And it'll just completely change your way of seeing them. So, you know, sorry that this person ended up not being what you were hoping for. Now, if this doesn't make any sense at all, don't worry about it. It's not your story. Sometimes things resonate, sometimes they don't. See if another pile makes sense, or, you know, maybe I'm not on point with your energy tonight. You'll know if it's you or not. If you're happy with someone and everything's all hunky-dory with your friends, don't worry about it, then it's not your story. Well, pile 3, I wish the best for you, and hopefully things will be happy and sunshiny again. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed their readings tonight, and thank you for watching. The eclipse is all about bringing out the truth, illuminating. It's very transformative. So you may be dealing with some major shakeups over the next few weeks or so. November 8th is when the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is, and that'll be the end of eclipse season. So after the 8th, and you've had a moment to rest, breathe, and relax, things should start to calm down and start to go uphill from there. And it'll still be Scorpio season, so it'll still be a time for transformation, but that energy won't be so heavy anymore once it comes out of the eclipse season. Well, thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, and in the next couple of weeks I'll work on some horoscopes, and hopefully those will go nicely. Well, thank you all, and have a great rest of your week, and thanks for watching.